How air became a killer. The source of this disaster begins with a young boy. The boy was swimming when he suddenly fell unconscious and nearly drowned. Fortunately, his father was a doctor who resuscitated him just in time, temporarily pulling him out of danger. The diagnosis revealed lung damage. Outside the hospital room, the mother was beside herself with worry. William could only comfort his wife, urging her to go home and rest while he stayed overnight at the hospital. What William didn't know was that these would be the last words he'd ever speak to his wife. The next day, when the wife's sister came to visit, she opened the door to find her sister collapsed on the floor. Her body was already cold, with no signs of breathing. She had been dead for hours. The sudden tragedy caught William completely off guard. He couldn't comprehend how his wife, who had seemed fine, could die so suddenly. He decided to channel his grief and anger into finding the true cause of her death. Fighting through his anguish, he performed an autopsy on his wife's body. When he removed her lungs, everyone present was stunned. The organs were ravaged beyond recognition. William grew even more puzzled. How could lung damage be this severe? With countless questions racing through his mind, William and his colleagues began investigating hospital records. To their utter amazement, they discovered an alarming number of patients with identical symptoms of this mysterious lung damage. William visited many homes of patients with similar conditions. Some were tethered to oxygen tubes, others were bedridden, and some families had already lost loved ones. William could barely bear to witness it all. Back home, he sat in prolonged silence. Looking at photos of his wife and child on the wall, he suddenly heard familiar voices from the bedroom. Opening the door, he saw his wife and son sleeping peacefully, as if no tragedy had ever occurred. Seeing this beautiful illusion, William broke down again. Suddenly, the nearby humidifier made a sound. The mist it sprayed caused his wife's face to contort in pain as she began coughing uncontrollably. Something was wrong. Why would a humidifier cause coughing? William had a sudden realization. Every home he'd visited today had the same model of humidifier. Could this common household appliance be the culprit behind the lung disease? William immediately conducted experiments on lab mice. Within just a few days, all the mice had died. Without exception, every death was caused by lung damage. Forensic examination revealed that both the mice and his wife contained the same toxic chemical substance, PHMG. While this substance is harmless on its own, when aerosolized through a humidifier, it directly damages the lungs. Long-term inhalation proves fatal. This gripping film is called toxic.